In 2017, a Harvard astrophysicist looked at data from a mysterious object flying through our solar system and said something no scientist at that level had ever said publicly before. This might be alien technology. His name is Dr. Avi Loeb. He's not a fringe blogger. He chaired Harvard's astronomy department for nearly a decade. And what's happening right now, in 2025, is even stranger, because he's saying it again about a brand new object heading through our solar system as we speak. Other scientists are furious. Some call it reckless. Loeb says they're the ones being unscientific. Today, we're breaking down exactly what each side is saying and letting you decide who's right. In October 2017, telescopes in Hawaii spotted something that had never been confirmed before, an object from outside our solar system just passing through. Scientists named it Oumuamua, Hawaiian for scout. Immediately, researchers noticed it didn't behave like anything they'd cataloged. It was roughly 10 times longer than it was wide. It had no visible tail, no ice, and no gas, the usual signs of a comet. Most strangely, as it flew away from the sun, it sped up in a way gravity alone couldn't explain. Most astronomers looked at this and reached for a natural explanation, perhaps hidden ice jets, too faint to see, or an unusual chunk of frozen nitrogen. But Dr. Loeb looked at the same data and reached a very different conclusion. He argued the object's extreme brightness and unexplained acceleration fit the profile of something engineered, specifically a thin, reflective light sail, the kind of technology humans are already designing to send spacecraft to other stars. He compares it to walking along a beach full of seashells and spotting a plastic bottle. You don't need a lab to know one of those things doesn't belong. Here's where the story gets interesting, because Dr. Loeb's claim didn't just spark public fascination. It sparked open conflict within the scientific community itself. Dr. Steve Desch, an astrophysicist at Arizona State University, has been one of Loeb's most outspoken critics. He's argued that Loeb's alien claims blur the line between legitimate research and sensationalism, and make it harder for the public to tell serious astronomy apart from speculation. Other researchers point out something simpler. Oumuamua was only observable for a few weeks before it became too faint to study. That means many of its properties were estimated, not directly measured, and some scientists argue that this thin margin of data is exactly why bold claims should wait. Loeb's response has been consistent. He argues that dismissing unusual evidence purely because it's uncomfortable isn't caution. He calls it an unscientific reflex and frequently compares the resistance he's faced to the way Galileo's ideas were originally rejected. Two respected scientists, two completely different conclusions, and the object itself is long gone, already out of the solar system and taking its secrets with it. Fast forward to 2025. A telescope survey called ATLAS detected only the third confirmed interstellar object ever recorded, now named 3I/Atlas. And once again, Dr. Loeb is raising the same question. He's pointed to several unusual details. The object's orbital path lies unusually close to the same plane as Earth's, something Loeb calculated as a very low probability coincidence. He's also estimated the object could be unusually large and bright, or a natural interstellar visitor, and noted its path will carry it near Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Critics were quick to respond again. Some scientists reviewing his calculations have argued that his probability estimates don't account for how many possible unusual features could be searched for in any object. In other words, what looks rare in isolation may not be rare at all, once you consider everything else that could have been flagged instead. NASA's tracking data and independent research teams currently classify 3I/Atlas as a comet, just one whose full behavior is still being studied as it gets closer to the sun. So, who's right? Right now, nobody outside this debate actually knows for certain. And that's not a cop-out. That's simply where the science genuinely stands today. It's easy to watch this as a spectacle, but researchers on both sides say something deeper is at stake. Dr. Loeb has built an entire research initiative called the Galileo Project, dedicated to treating the search for alien technology as a legitimate, fundable field of science rather than a taboo. His argument is that if advanced civilizations exist, finding physical evidence of their technology may be more realistic than waiting for a radio signal. Meanwhile, scientists like Dr. Desh argue that science earns public trust through caution, replication, and peer review, and that headline-first claims risk damaging that trust, even when the underlying question is worth asking. What's remarkable is that both sides actually agree on the biggest point. They agree that the search for extraterrestrial life is one of the most important questions science can pursue. They simply disagree on how confident we should be, how fast we should move, and what level of evidence is enough. That tension between bold curiosity and rigorous caution isn't a flaw in science. It's the exact mechanism that keeps science honest. So what would it actually take to settle this once and for all? Researchers across the field generally agree on a short list. A repeatable radio signal verified by multiple independent observatories would be one of the strongest possible pieces of evidence, which is why organizations like SETI have spent decades scanning the sky for exactly that. A physical sample like the ocean floor spherules Dr. Loeb's team recovered from a meteor's path in 2022 would need to show a chemical composition that simply cannot be explained by any known natural or human-made material. Loeb's team claims their samples show unusual results, while independent researchers have proposed the material may instead be ordinary coal ash contamination, and that dispute remains unresolved. Finally, direct imaging, a spacecraft close enough to photograph unmistakable structure, would end the debate immediately. It's one reason scientists have proposed missions to intercept and photograph interstellar objects, like 3I/Atlas, as they pass through our solar system. Until one of these things actually happens, every claim from any scientist on any side remains a hypothesis, not a discovery. Here's the honest truth this whole debate reveals. We are living in the first era of human history, with the tools to seriously chase this question. Telescopes precise enough to track objects between the stars, and scientists willing to publicly stake their reputations on the answer. Whether Dr. Loeb turns out to be a visionary ahead of his time or a cautionary tale in scientific overreach, researchers on both sides agree on one thing. Someday, this question will be answered. Not with speculation, with evidence. Science doesn't move forward through agreement. It moves forward through exactly this kind of argument. And the next interstellar object that enters our solar system could be the one that finally settles one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we truly alone?